You'll follow me till the end. I am the kingdom. Lights go down. I'm ready now. Tear this roof up for the town. Gonna give them what they came to see. Hear the crowd on the toes, ready for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home. Whoa! My father said when I was younger, hard times remember me. You took it all away, I give it all away. You take my freedom, here to change the game, a better man to play. I built my kingdom, now you bow to me. You took my dreams, but not my name. You'll follow me till the end. I am my kingdom. You tried to tell me what to do. I saw the door, I can't take down. I stepped right over every throne. You can never stop me now. Bow low. I am the king and you're the crown. Now watch me as I take my throne and rule my kingdom. Took it all away, I give it all away. Can take my freedom, here to change the game, a better man.
Good evening, everyone. Off the Ropes, episode 27. It's hard to believe we're at 27. It's your host, Bret Swinney here. Alongside me tonight, right now, we've got Dirt Sheet Brandon with me tonight. Brandon, it's a little quiet in the room tonight. I know back when we first started, I think from the very first episode, it was me, you, and Kyle. I don't know that we've ever had just two of us in here, but right now we got two of us. Maybe we'll have some other personalities join us, but you got something for me tonight, Dirt Sheet?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. We got two shows. I don't know quality of them, but we'll see. But we got two shows this week, so that'll be fun. And
do you hear that?
yeah.
I hear something.
There's an echo.
Some kind of noise coming. Wait, is it him? It's Kyle Owens. Welcome. What's going on? You just had to make your entrance tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't want to come in here early. I had to make an entrance like KO would, and KO would make the emphatic entrance with the big yell, and so I had to be like my Uncle Kevin.
Yeah. Well, since we've last done this, Kyle, and man, we're still working on that Prime Energy Drink sponsorship. You talking to your man Logan Paul, Brandon?
I got a new one tonight too.
What is that?
The UFC version.
Prime.
Wow, you should probably put that on the shelf and not drink it. It's a special version.
We got some more. We got a 12-pack. So.
Okay.
I finally got the Icy Pop this week. That's a delicious one. Yeah, it's a delicious one. But this blue raspberry is pretty good too. Hey, shout out to Logan Paul. Listen, he may be a prick in the ring, but he makes a dang good drink. All right.
I've never had one. Y'all are kind of convincing me. I may need to at least check out. I don't know that. I'm not an energy drink person, but
I've never. This isn't the energy. This is just a regular.
It's better than Gatorade.
Okay.
It's just a regular. This isn't the energy.
Hydration. So it's basically a Powerade Gatorade competitor then.
Yeah.
It's coconut water with flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you could do that without doing the energy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd really check it out if he would give us some monetization. That would be nice.
Hey, we need a sponsor, right? So maybe Logan Paul wants to dabble into the East Texas sports scene.
Hey, you know what? I'm wearing my colors tonight, Kyle. I'm wearing the championship colors tonight, Kyle. I got my Brook Hill NetSN gear on. Of course, we're missing the Brook Hill person here tonight. He's running a little late, as usual here. But I am wearing my Brook Hill colors tonight. So, I'm feeling like championship material tonight. I might even bring out my belt,
Well, listen, you You also may have, and I saw Brandon's article about it. Bullard's a city of champions right now. Could be potentially with Bullard High School baseball and softball, as well as they're performing too. So
great article that Brandon guy wrote. It's a pretty good article. Sometimes,
hey, Dirt Sheet Brandon can write a little bit.
Yeah. You guys are. I mean, I think since we've had a show call, you have a new gig, right? I mean, this is since we've had the show. So how's life in the sports media world going for you?
Well, I'm nowhere near as plugged in as Brandon is, but I will say I'm just enjoying being able to come into work every day and just worry about sports. I don't have to worry about are we on air? What's wrong with the audio? Is it synced up right on Hulu? Who cares? Like all I'm worried about is sports.
You just worry about that when you're doing the games, right?
Right. But like today I sat there and watched a fishing tournament because we had some East Texas anglers in it, and I was watching UT softball at the same time. Had UT Rio Grande Valley baseball up for my man Hank Warren. Like that.
So that's like it's not even really work then, really. I mean, it is, but it's kind of nice.
I mean, I think Brandon can agree. When you're covering sports, it's not work. Like it's fun. It's not a job to me.
Well, Bret jacks with me about that all the time. So, and you said Hank Warren, Kyle. That's a former Hudson Hornet.
Yes, he is. He's had a good year for Rio Grande Valley.
He has. He's a good.
Do y'all hear that?
Uh-oh.
I hear something.
Fire the cannons.
Wait. I don't have the right music for him. I am wearing my colors, the championship colors, tonight for him. But making his triumphant return to Off the Ropes, he's been MIA for I don't know how long. It's Jereme Hubbard. Wait, he's back.
Yeah, with a few more championships. I mean, let's be honest. I had nothing to do with any of them, guys. Not one thing.
You had kids on the team. You did have something to do with them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you helped produce the winners. I mean, I think you had a little bit to do with it.
Okay, that's fair. All right. I mean, I was there. I mean, I was providing video.
You were there, and there was, I believe, one of your kids knocked it over the fence.
Yeah, man, pretty awesome. First one ever.
You did some interviews after the game. I mean, you were there.
I was there. No, it was awesome, man. That's a stretch. I mean, there was a while there where Brookhill was winning a bunch, right? Back in the 2010 to 12 era. Since I've been there, that was the hottest run I've ever seen anybody get on, truthfully, between what we were doing with track and tennis and golf and then softball and baseball and winning back-to-back and in years that nobody thought they'd be any good.
Hey, don't forget Coach Collins and the soccer team, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
It feels like a long time ago.
It does. I was messing with Coach Collins the other day about the fact that, you win a state championship, buddy, nobody even remembers because of what happened in the last couple of weeks.
It's been 3 championships ago, right? I mean.
Yeah, but we're here, and I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys. It's funny because the conversations every week in the text group are like, "You gonna be here?" And I'm like, "No, man, I got something else to do." And I have one more. I have to be at school one more day, man. One more day tomorrow till about noon, and then I'm done for a little bit.
Yeah, that's good because we have a very, I guess probably the most, I guess, look forward to Fire the Cannon of all time. I mean, in a short front. I mean, we've got a lot to live up to. I mean, this is going to be a huge one. I don't know if we can get it on one episode. Honestly, I think it may need to be segments, and every sport gets their own time. But I don't know.
It's going to have to be a lot. But listen, it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have, and but
no pressure, Coach. No pressure.
I had some jerk parents on my basketball team text me right away like, "Hey, man, no pressure." I'm like, "Okay, well, whatever." But anyway, talk a little wrestling and
wrestling.
It's been a minute, and I've gotten to sporadically watch it as we've gone along, but I know enough to get us through what we're dealing with, and I'm hoping. I have a few hopes for this weekend. I'm sure we'll talk about.
Yeah, we've got an interesting. Got two events in one weekend, which is an exciting. It's a 3-day weekend in general too, and I'm excited for at least some of the matches on here, the potential that they have. So, and we'll preface this by all of the matches aren't officially, squared away yet. There's some matches to determine some of the matches this week, but we have most of the card here, and we might have to make our predictions based on what we know. We could change those, as Brandon says. You could change it anytime, as long as it's before the match. He likes to go back and change his picks.
Or during the match, it's okay.
As long before the bell rings, you have the final bell rings. You have every opportunity to change it. Ref could be in the 2 count, but if that text comes through that you changed it, it counts.
Works for me. I like those rules.
Oh man! All right, so I'm going to start from the bottom of this because I think the top is the main event here, and I'll preface too, but I haven't watched Raw yet. I think I watched some of SmackDown, so I'm a little bit behind, but I've been watching WWE way more. I've actually been.
Can I give you
AEW? Go ahead.
A brief little synopsis on Raw. Not going to spoil much, but I'll just a brief synopsis.
Okay.
There's a Braun Breaker storyline that's coming on. That's kind of a subplot all throughout Monday night. So there's something going on with Braun Breaker.
Does it have anything to do with he's still mad that he got left out of the King of the Ring?
It is, but there's more layers to it now.
Okay.
It's starting to layer up. Sami Zayn, the Chad Gable and Alpha Academy storyline really got furthered on Monday night. That's really good. Nobody's turned on anybody, but it's progressing very nicely. There was a upset in the women's Queen of the Ring match. Lyra Valkyria beat Io. It was a decent match, but Lyra Valkyria moved on. And then in the men's match, you know who advanced in that one.
Well, I've seen the matches, so I can tell you who.
Yeah. So, but outside of that, there's not really much you missed from Monday night. It was a good show. It was a quality show. Progressed some storylines, but nothing really too crazy.
Okay. Well, I got the bottom of the card here, or it's probably more towards the opening of the match. So we're going to start with it. First one I've got here is the triple threat match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable versus Big Bronson Reed. I've before seeing this, I kind of figured this was coming just because of what they've been building over the last several weeks. I don't know. I don't want to see him take him off Sammy. To me, I get the whole Chad Gable thing, and he's got his own story, though. I don't know that he needs the belt. He's going to have his own story within his little group. I think Bronson Reed is there to take the pin, and maybe they continue this on. I think Sami Zayn's going to take this one with Reed taking the pin.
Yeah, I think Sammy's going to win too. I didn't realize I hadn't seen this match yet. That I didn't know it was official. I thought they might just do Sammy and Chad again. So it'd be interesting. I think, like you said, Brett, to get Bronson Reed in there to take the pin from Sammy, and so you can still keep that Gable Sammy storyline going, because eventually Gable's probably going to take the belt off of Sammy.
Yeah, I think since I watched Raw, this also helps me. They had Sammy and Chad Gable fight on Monday night, and Chad Gable beat Sami Zayn. So Sammy's not going to lose at the pay-per-view. You don't want your champions losing on a random Monday Night Raw. They're definitely not going to lose them back-to-back. So I agree with what you said, Brett. I think Bronson Reed takes the pin, but I do think that something happens in this match with Otis that facilitates Chad losing to Sammy, which kind of protects Chad Gable in a way, and it still gives Sammy a win. So I think Bronson takes the pin, Otis is involved somehow, and Sammy retains the title.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on who wins. I do wonder, though, at what point do they change storyline and go to Otis versus Chad Gable, right? I
think it's coming.
That's one of the few parts I watched live Monday night when it was going on, and I just was sitting there thinking, man, of all the hot stuff they could be doing right now, we got Chad Gable out there, and the guy's a good wrestler, right? He's a good worker, but at the same time, I just don't know how much people really care about what he's doing. So I think I'm with you. I think Otis will cost him the match at some point, and hopefully what you get is Sammy versus. I know KO, you love Bronson Reed, but maybe Sammy Bronson down the road you know, is a good quality match, and you get Chad and Otis to kind of break off. But he's got that Triple H push right now, you know, so maybe that continues. It's hard to tell what he's going to do with him.
I will say what I don't like though is that they're kind of making it seems to me that the Intercontinental Championship is the back burner. It's the sub story it's really about Otis and Chad Gable. Cause I think Saturday we see Otis interfere with Chad, and that kickstarts that storyline with Chad Gable and Otis and Alpha Academy splitting up. And I think Chad Gable eventually gets the Creed brothers to be the new Alpha Academy.
That's the one thing I saw from Raw is that they kind of dropped a hint the other night of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've been dropping them every couple weeks.
Yeah, right.
Trying to recruit Ivy now. I did see that. So
yeah, so I think he's trying to get a new Alpha Academy, and I think this sets up maybe a Chad Gable Otis match, maybe at SummerSlam, maybe for something. I don't know, but you're not a fan of Chad Gable, Jereme?
No, I'm really not. I already know when I'm going to take my bathroom break. Then at SummerSlam is what you're telling me.
Hey, I heard this on a podcast the other night though, and I want to see what y'all think. What about bringing back Tucker and recreating heavy machinery from NXT? Tucker and Otis back as heavy machinery, because I loved Otis then in Black and Gold.
Didn't something controversial happen with Tucker?
I thought Vince just got rid of him because he was
that might have been.
Yeah, but I mean, there's all kind of guys with controversial stuff that are still there. No, but
good point.
I think
CM Punk is employed.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he is. But yeah, man, everybody loves Otis, right? Like he's hot. Yeah. Like no matter what he's doing, no matter what he's been. I mean, you know, give him Liv Morgan or whoever again. I don't know, but
hey, Liv Morgan is newly single, so just saying.
Hey, Kyle, there is hope.
There is no hope for me and Liv Morgan. I promise you that. It'd be nice, but I promise you that there's no hope.
I saw her getting out of Finn's car the other night.
Whoa.
Definitely don't want those issues with Finn Balor. Finn's married though, right?
Yeah, but storyline wise, it just because also eventually you get her and Rhea down the line when Rhea comes back, and they'll probably battle for Dom or something.
Are you kidding me?
Jeremy's already that's a bathroom break match there.
No. I mean seriously, that is exactly what's going to happen. Like the writing is already on the wall in black marker. Like it's not going away, but it's like, really, we're going to fight over Dominic Mysterio?
Maybe not. This is Triple H era. Maybe not. Let's give Paul Levesque a chance to write. If in Vince McMahon WWE, that's exactly the storyline. But let's give Paul a chance to work.
I will say though, guys, I think that I hate to say this, but Judgment Day has not been the same without Dom out there. Really, like I mean that's how far. I mean, I would have never thought I would have said that a year or so ago. Remember, he was battling back and forth with his dad 18 million times, and we were so tired of him. But I mean, they really did a good job with his character, and like he's the heel heat that Judgment Day was getting. Like you take him out of it, now it's just Damian Priest bossing a bunch of people around.
Yeah, I mean, JD's a joke, right? Finn's a great worker, but Finn's never really had that like everybody wants Finn to do well, especially as a heel, right? Like when he won the championship years back, everybody was all over it. And I love Damian Priest, but you got to get him away from those guys at some point.
Yeah.
I think that breakup's coming too.
Well, and it's a good segue. We were talking about Liv Morgan. Speaking of Liv Morgan, the next match on the card here is a singles match for the Women's World Championship. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. I don't know. I think this will be a good match. I like Liv and Becky in the ring, but I mean, besides Liv just attacking people, does she have any reason to see that she's going to beat Becky Lynch? I mean, I don't think this is who Becky Lynch puts over. So I'm going to go with Becky Lynch here for the win this match.
Yeah, I got Becky too. Yeah, like Liv. She's just been beating everybody up, so that she gets a title match. But I do like this new kind of aggressive side of her. But I mean, and so cut out the little Miss Nice Girl stuff and kind of go back to, because that was kind of her roots. What she came up at, she came in with a heel group, so it's good to get her back to that. But I think Becky wins, and I think match will be fine. Well, not a bathroom break match, but not a glued to your TV type match either.
I'm not saying this because Liv Morgan is newly single, but with that being said, give me Liv Morgan winning, and here's why.
Give you Liv Morgan. That's what you just said.
Well, winning the match is what I said. I
She's
said
winning. She's winning.
Hashtag winning. Listen,
Okay.
give me Liv Morgan because her whole premise has been the Liv Morgan revenge tour. She wants revenge on Rhea. So how do you get it back? Rhea should have never lost the title to begin with. So Becky is kind of a transitional champion anyway. She's not, I mean, when Rhea comes back, Rhea's getting her title back regardless. So why not be different? Give the title to Liv Morgan in Saudi. Let Rhea come back. Rhea and Liv at SummerSlam. Rhea can get her title back. Boom. Then you got a little title run for Liv where she can run out this heel gimmick and do whatever she needs to do. And then she'll lose the title to Rhea when Rhea comes back. So give me Liv Morgan winning this match on Saturday because of that.
Well, who am I to use sound reasoning here? But how long is Seth going to be away, right? And so the other part of this is if Liv wins the championship now, Becky can be away, right? If he's going to be out for a while. So I'm with you, Kay. I think Liv Morgan wins. And because of that spot, I don't think you're going to have Becky lose to Rhea at SummerSlam. I think you get Liv and Rhea in that fight for Dominic and the belt. Like, the belt's not enough. We got to fight over that guy, and his bad haircut. But I just I'm with you. I think it's Liv, and I think Becky may get some time off. I think there was a lot of chatter that she was going to get some time off after WrestleMania, right? And I think now they needed her because of Rhea being gone, and this is kind of her way out the door, maybe.
If you went first, I might have had a different pick. Very convincing.
Some good. There's some good, but here's my thing with this match. I like it because it could go either way. Like it makes it for a more compelling match. I just feel like that there's arguments either way. My thinking is I think that I want to see Liv beat Rhea. Like I think that's the revenge. Like, yeah, she took her title. Yeah, for the belt. Like, I don't know that she just came back and just started beating people up and got a title match. To me, if Rhea has the title and she beats her for it, this just made her forfeit. That's not really, I think, the revenge. Like, she got a little bit of revenge, but she wants to beat her and take her title. So I don't think she really has the same beef with Becky Lynch. So I'm for the. I think maybe Rhea gets it back at some point, and then they bring Liv back around. And
so you're saying Liv should beat Rhea to get the title from Rhea?
Yeah.
I just don't think there's a way to get there.
I don't know. That's what I'm going for. I don't know. Maybe
because I think if you let Liv win this weekend, or if she wins this weekend, however you want to say it, right? If she wins this weekend, you've got time to build to SummerSlam if Rhea's going to be back. I don't know how long she's going to be out.
We don't know how long she's going to be out, so that's also a factor too. If Rhea is going to be back sooner, maybe Rhea beats Becky, gets her title back, and then Liv comes back and they go at it, and she's able to, and she schemes and does something, and she beats Rhea to get the revenge that way. I don't know. I guess
I'm saying Liv's revenge isn't going to happen. Like, it's all good and well that she wants revenge on Rhea, but Rhea is mommy. You're not getting revenge on mommy. So, like, I don't see her beating. I wouldn't make Liv beat Rhea to further Liv's story. Like, Rhea's supposed to be the dominant champion.
And it's more Rhea going to be getting revenge now. She's going to come back and want the belt.
Yeah. Exactly.
I get that. I don't know if that happens.
I didn't even think about that.
I'm gonna stick with Becky, but I do like where you're going there.
Yeah,
I almost convinced you.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it happening, and I like it happening. We'll see. But Kyle's got some competition here from Mr. Del Rio.
Oh yeah,
Alberto.
Yeah,
They need to let my baby Liv get the title. Okay, all right, Derek. We got
Derek, I don't want no smoke. You can have it.
And then here's the other thing, right? Like, you got to have some championship change hands on this thing, right? Like, we don't think it's going to be this one. We'll talk about Cody in a minute. It's not going to be Cody, right? So, or it's not going to be Sammy. We all think. So I think it's this one. We'll see. There's a lot of angles they can take with Rhea being out and all that good stuff.
So. The next match I've got here, we've got the Queen of the Ring tournament final. Right now, it's Lyra Valkyria. And it's either going to be Nia Jax or Bianca Belair. Now, I don't know. They've already got Lyra Valkyrie as a face. I mean, do you do a face versus face, or then it would be Nia Jax? Nia Jax has no character really, right? I mean, does anybody? Does she just she's big and she's beats people up? I mean, is there any other? Maybe she needs something and
Queen Nia.
Queen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Valkyria. She's young. She could take an L, and it's not like in the world. She got to the final. I think that's her push. I don't think they are going to put that on a face. I think it's going to be Nia winning this. We'll see if she gets to the final, but as of this point, I think Nia takes this this Queen of the Ring, and she's going to tote her little crown around and be the champion, I guess. Whatever they do. Do they get anything? Is it just they get the crown, they get to waltz around and call themselves?
Nobody has said anything about. I feel like they should get a title match at some point, but there's been nothing said about it.
See, and that would dictate who I would pick, right? Like, if she's going to get a title match, then it's going to be Nia, right? But I just don't know. I don't think it can be.
Derek. We just talked about that.
I don't see a world where you get Bianca in this situation. I think she has other things coming when her and Jade are going to feud at WrestleMania. We got that coming. But I'm with you. I think it's Nia Jax.
I think it's Nia too. I think I'm interested to see how they have her beat Bianca on Friday, because she goaded Jade into a disqualification there, not on SmackDown, and so like she didn't pin Jade. So I wonder if she's going to pin Bianca, and then kind of Jade and Bianca can fight over that a little bit. And Jade's like, so I don't know how they're going to use that, but it was interesting.
Damage Control still mad at them. Maybe they come out and distract. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. But then Nia and Lyra, like I would have never thought I'd want to see that on a pay-per-view, and I still may not. But it's a different matchup. It'll be interesting. And it's new, kind of a new blood. Like, of course, Nia's been around a while, but it's a new blood type. It's something different. And in June, late May, June, July, give me things that are different. Like that one year they put Jinder Mahal as the champion. They do different things in this time of year. So you got to make this time of year when your stars are gone. You got to mix it up. Let's see, like.
Hey guys, you heard it. Jinder Mahal is champion. Dirt sheet. He's
no, they did that. They did that one year.
It was awful. We all stopped watching.
But you got to mix it up a little bit. I'm not saying, it's that you just got to do things different. And Nia against Lyra Valkyrie at a premium live event, that's different.
Didn't we get a Goldberg title during the summer a couple years
back?
Yeah,
he beat Bray Wyatt. I think Bray's title's still buried in Saudi somewhere, the way that Goldberg did him. Anyway. Saudi's a ridiculous show anyway. We're just never mind.
That's true.
Not getting on it. But anywho, this match. So I think Monday dictated what's going to happen Friday. I think if Io would have won Monday night, we would have seen Bianca win and got a rematch of Io and Bianca from last year's Backlash. So I think since Lyra won, that tells me that Nia is going to win on Friday because, there's no sense in having Bianca and Lyra feud right now. I mean, I'm sure somewhere down the line it'll happen, but right now there's no point in that. Nia's a heel. She's been dominant. She's been shown as a dominant force. She's the, what they call the unstoppable force. So she's been shown as that. So I think you keep her that way. I think she wins Queen of the Ring. And I think you would rather give Lyra an L than Io taking another L. I don't know why I want to keep calling Io Shotzi. Don't know why, but it keeps coming out wanting to say Shotzi. Anyway, I don't know why you would beat Io. So I think Lyra winning, you got Lyra and Nia, and then Nia's going to win the Queen of the Ring. And then I don't know what she gets, but she may spin it into, I'm the queen, I want a title match. And that may be part of her gimmick. Who knows?
She needs a gimmick, something. So maybe
her gimmick is beating people up, Bret.
Yeah.
The unstoppable force.
Or
the irresistible force. That's what it is. Sorry. Irresistible force.
Where's Zelina Vega at? That's all I want to know. Where's she been?
She's with LWO. She's still there, right? No?
She wasn't there when old boy got beat up Monday night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, where's she at? I I mean, I'm chasing rabbits. You guys aren't, but I remember that match last year in Puerto Rico when she got the championship match. That was the crowd was hot for that. I know they were there, right? But I thought that was going to be kind of her breakout moment. She's just been doing nothing ever since.
So y'all know we Kyle mentioned the Goldberg Bray Wyatt thing. It reminded me. I'm excited for this Wyatt 6 thing. They've been building it. I if it would have been a couple of years ago with Vince McMahon in charge, I might have just been not excited about it. But I feel like Triple H is going to do a really good job with this, and they're kind of slowly dropping in hints and teasing stuff. What do you guys think about the possibilities of this faction?
I like it. They need to give us at least one person soon though, because like the QR codes are cute and all, but after a while we're like, we need to see at least some. We need to at least see some. You still can slow build it, but at least see some manifestation. At least one person come out and then keep dropping the QR codes, and maybe instead of releasing them all at once, bring them kind of one at a time. Because I mean, we've had 2 straight months of QR codes now. Like we got to see something. We got to see at least a little. Otherwise, it's going to get old. It's going to become a Retribution 2.0.
How many times have you guys had to rewind and to try to get the QR codes? Have y'all done that? It like takes me forever. It's like
I just wait for them on Twitter.
Yeah. Say after the first like couple, I was like, oh, someone's gonna post them on. So it's gonna be on Twitter, or Instagram.
I just wait for it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. I kept going back, and I'd like get my camera ready, and I'd snap. Like, dang it, I missed it. I was just a little frustrating, but I'm excited for it. What about you guys, Kyle and Jeremy? What do y'all think?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I only have one concern: is can those guys carry that past the initial excitement of it? Right? Like, I mean, we've been down the Bo Dallas, path before. We've been down Dexter Loomis path before, right? Like all these guys who we think are going to be in there. Like, who's the biggest star of the group? Alexa, like what do we? What's the long play here? I guess, but I'm super excited to see it all play out. I think it's a great deal, and I'm sure you guys watched the documentary. But after watching the documentary, I was ready for it. Like, let's do it right now, and they've definitely slow played it a little bit, which is kind of what they did everything Bray all along, right? Like it was all slow played. So,
well, maybe they're taking their time on it so they don't mess it up. I mean, you get one shot at this, right? You get to use the Bray Wyatt character and all that he's built. You get one shot at this. If you screw it up, you kind of lose the momentum of it.
I think that's why they're kind of slow playing it so much, is they don't want to screw it up. But to Brandon's point, you slow play it too long, then I'm going to lose interest. I don't care anymore at that point. But I don't think they're to that point yet. But I do also like where Pat and Michael Cole are bringing it up and mentioning it. That's something different we didn't see before when Bray Wyatt came back. We saw the QR codes and all the weird stuff happening, but it's like the announcers were oblivious, like nothing. They didn't know what was going on. Like they're stupid. But now we're getting a little realism in here with the QR. Like we even saw a vignette of the QR code replayed on Raw. Like that never happened before. So I think, to your point too, like Triple H is going to do something different with this. And like I said earlier, let's give Triple H a chance. I understand we all have been conditioned to what WWE has given us, but this is a new regime. So let's give Triple H a chance. And I think he's going to do it right, but I'm with you, with both of y'all. I mean, what's the follow-up after that initial excitement? Can you keep us invested and keep us interested? And that's what we'll have to see, but I'm excited to see what happens with it.
Do they keep his music? They use the Bray Wyatt music.
Uncle Howdy had his own. Uncle Howdy had his own theme. If you remember that, it was actually pretty good. I thought. I
loved Howdy's theme, and I loved how he walked to the ring, just kind of swinging the thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of good things about it. Like I said, I'm just concerned that it's at the end of the day, we're waiting impatiently for Bo Dallas and Dexter Loomis and Eric Rowan and whoever else, Joe Gacy, whoever it is, I don't know.
It'd be interesting. Well, at least they can use these guys. I mean, right now, use this.
Is Nikki Cross in there too?
Allegedly, yeah. But here's the thing that we also, the problem is we know Bo Dallas and we know those guys, right? But like if you think about the Nexus, how hot the Nexus was for a long time, we didn't know any of those guys at the time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you'd watched Tough Enough, you did. But the problem is they're not. If there was a bunch of rookies, we'd be all in. But now you're talking about guys who are like, okay, you're going to give us Dexter Loomis hiding under the ring and never blinking at the Miz. I don't know. I'm worried about it, but I'm excited about it to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, how do you convince us it's a different? We've already seen these guys, most of them at least.
You just have to believe, Brett. You just have to
Believe.
believe.
You have to
Oh,
suspend your disbelief.
Oh my!
Just believe.
All right. Next up, we got the King of the Ring tournament final. We got Gunther already there, and you've got the semifinal on SmackDown of Randy Orton or Tama Tonga. Very interesting. I mean, they've put Tama Tonga. He is like the enforcer now of this new bloodline. Of course, you've got lots of interest. I thought maybe they would turn this into, was it Gunther and Jey Uso? Was that the? I thought that might be Jey versus Tama Tonga originally. Give this kind of some meaning, but
too early for that.
So I guess now I'm thinking Randy's going to win, and it's going to be Gunther, Randy Orton. I think it's Gunther. I think it's King Gunther. I think he's going to play that up, and it kind of fits his character, honestly. He's already doing the little salute. He'll just have his little crown on, and have they added another member to Imperium yet? I've heard rumors they're going to add another member.
I've heard Dragunov might be coming, but I think Dragunov and Gunther are going to have a rivalry. I don't think he joins Imperium.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going with the Ring General Gunther for the win.
Yeah, I'm gonna take King Gunther too. Tama Tonga, I kind of thought, but I was like, no, you can't have him be the king when Solo's trying to be the new head of the table tribal chief. You can have a king in the group too.
Yeah.
But he's gonna lose. He's not even gonna be in the match. And then the Orton and Gunther, that's a solid match in Saudi. I think that may be the best match. Well, no, we'll get to the main event. The main event's gonna be the best match on the card, but this may be the second best match on the card if it's Gunther and Randy Orton. I do hope, even if Orton loses, like I think he will, I do hope he hits a couple of RKOs on Gunther, hits a couple out of nowhere, and then also take some vicious chops along the way. I think it'll be a fun match, but I do think we get King Gunther. I mean, he looks like royalty. I mean, he's, like you said, the Ring General. So I think he'll make a good king, and we'll see where that goes. We got two large kings with him and Nia, so wow. King and queen.
Wow.
He went there.
You and Harrison Butker are going to be at Dairy Queen next week without a job.
No, I mean, they're just like they're the biggest people on the roster. I mean,
wow, you went there again. You just doubled down on it. Okay, well, let me just. So, I'm going to go Gunther too, and there's a couple of reasons.
Brandon, why are you so red? You're as red as your shirt.
That's pretty funny. I mean, not what he said was funny. He's red's funny. I just want to clarify.
Jeremy, watch it.
No, for all of Twitter, I just want everybody to know that. Anyway, it's going to be Orton and Gunther in Saudi, and you're going to Saudi. Randy Orton hadn't been there in a while, right? I think he's been out the last couple of times they've gone there. Maybe they're going to want to see. He's going to hit a couple RKOs because he's Randy Orton, and you're in Saudi one time a year. You're going to get some RKOs from Randy. But the question is, how do they protect Tama Tonga on Friday night? Because I don't think you can just let Randy beat him clean. Because then you're kind of, in my opinion, at least you're tearing down this guy you built up to be this unstoppable force, to be the enforcer for Solo, who was already the unstoppable force, right? So
are these matches no DQ, or are they?
Well, listen, a referee's always. How many matches has the referee turned their head, Brett? Come on, man.
I'm just wondering. So here, is this where we haven't seen Jimmy Uso in a while, right?
I think it's Jimmy. I think it's Jimmy, and that's where we start building towards Jimmy and Jay versus those other guys. Maybe at SummerSlam or whatever, but we'll see. But I think the other thing is, the other reason why it's going to be Randy and Gunther is they're going to have to deliver a pretty long match on a 5-match, show. And can Tama go long? I don't know what kind of a worker he is in terms of that. Him and Gunther, but Gunther's going to win. And man, we wondered if he was going to lose his title to Sammy to get a world championship shot. No, he's just going to be king of the ring, which is, to to me, it's a letdown. I know historically King of the Ring's a cool deal, but at some point he's got to get in that title picture.
It's Gunther. Gunther's going to win the King of the Ring. The Ring General is going to win.
There we go.
And
Go to the doctor, man. You need to get some help.
But yeah, I think it's Gunther, and that just doubles down on my point that I made before about I think Nia's going to force her way into a title shot. I think it's the same thing with Gunther. Gunther, I think, is setting up to win that World Heavyweight Championship from Priest. And I think him winning King of the Ring is going to kind of be his way of getting in there, because he may go up to Pierce and say, well, I won King of the Ring. I deserve a title shot. And then Gunther's your champion. So I think it's setting him up for that. So I think he wins. You're talking about how do you protect Tama Tonga? What if, just throwing this out there, Jey Uso's already going to be in Saudi, right? So if he's already going to be there, maybe he comes out and helps Randy against Tama Tonga and the Bloodline on Friday, which then might kind of kickstart that story of them, because Roman's got to come back at some point, right? So when Roman comes back, then the Bloodline story is going to restart, because right now, outside of the fact that Solo's lying through his teeth every time he talks to Paul Heyman, and Paul is acting like a cowardly dog, outside of that, this Bloodline story is just ice cold right now without Roman. I mean, the crowd's chanting, we want Roman every time there. And Roman's immediately a babyface. All he had to do was go away for a day. Like, he's already a babyface. So when is Roman coming back? I think Jey interferes Friday somehow to help Randy win this and set that up. I think Roman comes back, and then we kind of start seeing that Bloodline stuff start picking back up again.
Speaking of, it has to be cold, right? Because of that stupid jacket that Solo's wearing. Looks like he's about to go be an usher at Studio Movie Grill. At least Roman was wearing Nike and Under Armour and everything else. Had some nice shoes. And
Solo's got the one glove on like he's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, like what in the world, bro? Like,
well, he can't. He's got to have his tape. Got to show that he's got his tape finger up for his,
I don't. So why put the glove? I mean, is it that cold? I mean, the storyline's cold. Maybe it's cold everywhere they go. It's not going to be cold in Saudi. I can promise you that. But he'll have that one glove on and that stupid jacket. I don't know, man. I saw that and I was like, what is this? I can't even take him serious.
Because he's dressing up because he's the new head of the table, Jeremy. That's his new, what is it? He's not the Don. He's the Don of WWE or something. I don't know.
Yeah, does he not realize that the head of the table is not the one who serves the meal? That's what he looks like. If you go to a fancy restaurant, there's a guy wearing the same jacket. But honestly, I'm curious, like, where the Bloodline story. I know we're not getting there, but the Bloodline story, man, is so. There's so many angles. I mean, we know what we're going to get when Roman comes back. Roman, Jimmy, and Jey versus, the other three. But I'm excited to see when it happens.
They still haven't brought out Jacob Fatu yet. I was reading some dirt sheets, like Dirt Sheet Brandon over here, and they're saying they don't want to bring him out because he'll overshadow Solo. Is what I've read. Brandon, is your dirt sheets telling you the same thing?
Yeah, we actually talked about that last time, and Professor was actually the one that brought that up. So I guess, but we talked about that last time, and that is a concern. And
well, that was before they brought out the other. They brought out the brother.
Yeah. Well, no, we talked about it. They had already brought out the one because we talked about it after the last show when he came out.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And since we've talked about it, I have seen that too. That they're trying to figure out the best way. They do. He's going to come eventually, but they're trying to figure out the best way because if he just for some reason he has such a huge presence and kind of he's from every company he's been in, he's been like the spotlight stealer. So I don't know if that will.
So is that could they sell it as that's who's telling Solo what to do?
No,
maybe
it's The Rock. It's Dwayne.
Yeah.
So here's the question then: what side does Jacob Fatu fall on in this? Because do the math. Right now it's 3-on-3. The Rock's going to be on Solo's side, so Jacob Fatu has to be to make it 4-on-4. Has to be with Roman and the Usos, right? I
Unless
mean,
they're going to bring like 10 of them back, and
how
just
many more are there? I mean,
think
it's going to be like the
Fatu.
NWO Black and White, where everybody joined.
I think Fatu goes with Tongaloa, Tamatonga, and Solo. I think he's
Okay.
on that side.
Well-
I think you get Jimmy J. Roman as the 3. I'm not sure who that 4th one is. Could they bring back Sammy, the honorary Oos,
I
to
like
fight
it.
with Roman?
I like it, KO. I
That's
like
what
it.
that's what I've always thought
So,
too.
I mean, there's your 4-on-4 for War Games in November.
But where does Dwayne come in this? Maybe in November we get Dwayne picks his side, and that's how we build to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
With Dwayne and
because I feel like at SummerSlam or whenever Rock comes back, Dwayne comes back, the first thing we're gonna get is him and Cody.
for sure.
Yeah.
So
And
he
that
may
builds
wait till he's a champion to get in on this again.
Yeah, the math just doesn't add up right. I mean, for me, but you're right. If you're going to add him over there, you bring. I like the Sammy theory. I like it a lot. Then you go 4-on-4 War Games. You're right. Survivor Series, however we're going to do it, and then that builds toward WrestleMania. The Rock comes back, picks his side, turns on Roman, turns on everybody, and that's how we get there. And then really, Rock's then the mouthpiece for Solo, and you got Paul, who would then be the mouthpiece for Roman.
I saw a rumor today from the dirt sheets that Rikishi may be coming back, and since Paul's going to be with Roman, Rikishi will be with Solo and be the manager for Solo and his bloodline until Rock gets back. So I don't know.
Haku, let's just bring them all back. I mean,
Let's just bring back everybody.
Is there any? There's no better dude on the planet than Haku. I'm just going to tell you. Like
And
in the '90s, who could ever deal with that guy?
Does Ava Rain stop managing NXT or do whatever she's doing, come up to the main roster? Then you get her and Nia on opposite sides because Nia's tied into that bloodline. Naomi can get with Jimmy.
Y'all are feeling my theory. The NWO, we're gonna have Tony on his team. Here we go.
There's so many options here. What about Sammy's wife? They've been including her in the storyline. Maybe she gets in it. I mean, Seth is hated by the bloodline now. Becky's involved. I mean,
hey, maybe Dirt Sheet Brandon's going to come on as a consultant.
maybe it's the professor.
Yeah,
he's not studying geography. Might as well go wrestle.
A professor, that's a real wise man.
Oh man, and
y'all missed me, didn't you? You missed me, didn't you, Bret?
Oh man,
let's go.
You know what?
Where's the professor? He should be here by now.
You know what? Here's what happened. We had this thing where it was us four. The professor joins, and all of a sudden, Jereme exits. And we bring Swaggy in. He comes in for a few episodes, and he's gone. It's like the professor ran everybody off. Well, then as soon as the professor's out for tonight, which he said he might be here later, but then we have Jereme back.
I'm trying to figure it out. Am I the summer WWE, the Goldberg title holder, or are they the Goldberg title holder for me? I don't know. We'll see.
You're the Jinder Mahal.
Oh.
Ouch. Ouch.
Been a nice night. We'll see you later.
Jinder Mahal. Oh man.
Okay, Harrison. Okay.
On that note,
that's why I had to come back somehow.
Well, on that note, let's roll on up to the undisputed WWE Championship match: Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. I wanted to see a title for a title match. I thought that'd have been intriguing, but they're not. It's just for the WWE Championship. They teased it there at the first. I don't know. I know that Logan Paul can go in the ring. This is a match that we've never seen before, so I do like that. But Cody Rhodes isn't losing the title. Let's be real here. It's going to be Rhodes, but I think this will be a really good match because we've seen Logan Paul in the ring, and even though we've all talked about how much we despise the person Logan Paul, really he's not my favorite guy in the world, but he can go in the ring, and he's a good heel character. We'll see if he holds the title all the way to SummerSlam. Most likely he will, but that's the main reason why I don't like him as a title holder. Look, we got our prime. Jereme, where's your prime? I don't have mine either.
I'm not doing that.
Well, hey, we're working on a prime sponsorship for the show.
Let me tell you why I won't drink prime. Let me just tell you a little story. What's his little buddy's name? KSI or whatever.
Yes,
is that right? Okay,
Yeah.
so I went and picked up some guys from the airport at DFW. Some of our athletes, my son Samuel Williams. You guys know some of these guys, right?
Yeah.
And they get off the plane and they come out like, Coach Hubbard, man, guess what? And I was like, what? And they're like, KSI is right there. So I'll go over and try to say hi to him, whatever. And literally, KSI is the biggest jerk walked in the face of the earth. He just wouldn't even acknowledge their presence, him or his security team. So KSI deserves everything he ever gets, is all I'm going to say. So he deserves an RKO like he got, or whoever got him last year.
Now, that was I Show Speed that got RKO,
Well, last year
right?
was KSI. This year was I Show Speed.
Oh, okay.
KSI got it last year. He deserves it again. So I can't pull for anybody that's, I'm not going to support Prime. Just throwing that out there. Controversial, I know. But
Which Prime?
You kind of support Prime by watching WWE because it's on their mats on all the PLEs now.
yeah,
And we got the hydration station.
And we got the hydration station.
and not one person I've seen use that. It's got to be McAfee because that dude's got to be thirsty.
No, they use it. It's always someone gets slammed on or gets.
Yeah, Kevin Owens always uses it.
Kevin Owens just throws it all over the place. Uncle Kevin don't care.
That guy's my spirit animal. If I could be, when I grow up, I want to be Kevin Owens.
Dude, he's awesome. He is
Anyway,
fantastic. You
proceed.
should see him at Thanksgiving. It's great.
I bet. Yeah, we could be KO times 2. I mean, if I was Kevin
Wow.
Owens, we could do a lot of things here, KO. I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm all for it. If you know what, in my new position, maybe I should reach out to Kevin Owens. He has no East Texas tie other than there's a KO here in East Texas too that he can talk to.
And he could be on Off the Ropes.
Exactly. He could be our wrestling pundit for a night. That'd be our biggest viewership.
That would be.
It
awesome.
would definitely be our
His
biggest.
kids could go to Brook Hill.
His kids could go to Brook Hill.
Maybe some Canadian presidents.
I bet they're good football players or basketball players, maybe.
Yeah, we're looking for 5'11" to 6'2", can shoot the 3.
I think he has a dog.
Okay.
KO's not very big. I mean, he's not very tall. So I don't know if
He's
height
probably
goes in.
on the boards though.
He's probably a beast because it's all about effort. Rebounding is about effort.
Yeah,
You know,
probably-
KO's got the effort.
They probably got that dog in them.
But my man still dresses like he's in Tennessee backyard wrestling. Like I don't get it.
Because he doesn't care. That's his character, Jamie. He
Yeah,
just
if it's
just
picture on your,
fight
you got to
one.
duct tape the BH. You're gonna have to duct tape the BH on the jersey.
He's got his and one shorts on. I don't even know what's going on there.
And he's got to have his intro. Like you can play different music for everybody else, but when KO's getting introduced, you play his. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. We got to have graphics.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. Get that golf cart he had at WrestleMania, which was the best part of WrestleMania. We have this thing's derailed. I apologize.
Off the rails, but it's been great.
Yeah.
Off the ropes is off the rails.
You know this Jereme guy comes back and all of a sudden we're off in left field here. You know.
I'm feeling bad for all the times I couldn't be with you guys now because I'm like, man, this is a lot of fun. We have completely lost everything going on. We have no idea what's going on anymore.
Hey,
fun.
I did predict before you guys derailed. I did say that Cody Rhodes was going to win, and then the Prime derailed us. So we'll blame it on Logan Paul. It's his fault.
All right, here we go then. I do think Cody Rhodes is going to win. And you said you wanted title for title. If it was title for title, I don't think you could have. It would either been Logan Paul winning, or you have a no finish. It would have been a double DQ. You wouldn't have had a finish because there's zero. You can't take the U.S. title off of Logan Paul yet. He's got to have a belt to go into the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and that's not till late July. He will take the belt at least into SummerSlam in Cleveland. He's got to have that too. He may lose it there, I don't know, but he's got to have it going into his hometown at SummerSlam. So you can't take the U.S. title off of him. So if it would have been title for title, it's like, well, Logan's either going to win or it's going to be double DQ because they're not probably giving both belts. But with it being just for the one title, I will say Cody will win. And would this be Logan? Oh, no, he lost to Roman. I was thinking because Logan Paul hasn't lost very much since he's been in WWE, but he did lose to Roman that one time in Saudi. So he doesn't have a good track record in Saudi.
So is Logan from Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So that brings up a problem with my next theory is, yeah, he's going to lose, right? But he's going to go home to Cleveland, SummerSlam, and defend his belt against another Cleveland wrestling star, him and Jason Kelsey. Because if Logan Paul can win a belt, then surely Jason Kelsey can, right? So, no, I love Logan Paul, but it's as a wrestler. But no, Cody's going to win, and it's almost like they threw it out there. It's like, hey, we're going to do Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes. Oh crap, what are we going to do now? because they both have a championship. But you knew something had to happen. I'm glad they're not going to have any kind of a weird finish because that's what you would have had to have. You're right, Brandon. So it'll be a great match. I'm telling you, with only 5 matches, I think they're all going to be great. I think they're all going to be really good. And hopefully KSI gets something because he deserves
it. I hope KSI takes a Cody cutter from the top rope, a super Cody cutter. That would be fantastic. Yeah, I think you're right, Jeremy. I think they made this match and were like, oh, we'll do champion for champion. And then somebody spoke up in creative. It was like, excuse me, brother. That's not gonna work. We can't.
We got to take Tuesday. Check Tuesday.
It's not gonna work, brother.
I just wanted it because I don't like Logan Paul champion. He doesn't. To me, he doesn't need the championship belt because it just doesn't really. I mean, he just holds it and doesn't ever defend it. I just don't like him as the champion because he's not a full-time wrestler.
Can we just talk about this for a minute? Time out. What has this come to? We're getting bots.
We made it.
You know what? I'll tell something. In medicine history, we had a page try to copy us. Our first spam page this week. So we got tagged in something, and I went and looked, and I was like, "This is not our page." It had no followers, and it was a fake NetSN page. So that just knows we've made it, guys.
Okay.
I can't even understand what just happened.
Well, if you need any help, Jeremy, go to Streamrise. Check it out.
Okay, I'm going to give you some advice, man, especially since you're on the TV more. You may want to check out the website before you tell people to go to it because you have no idea what it could be.
I ain't going to it.
Yeah, you just told the world. You might should check it out first.
He just told you.
Hey, we're not. Our views are kind of down tonight. Must be Jeremy's bringing down our viewership. We've had over 100 live viewers the last couple of shows, Jeremy. We're down to. We're only got 70 tonight. You need to bring on you need some viewership numbers.
I'm trying. Get the Nutty Professor on here, and we get some viewers.
We might get canceled. Brandon already tried to cancel us once tonight. Harrison Butker.
My chat did y'all's chat crash?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, my chat's dead.
Yeah, it's because Bozo here from this website just got us.
I just deleted that off the chat, so it's no longer there.
That's why I said to reload it. I'm not going to because I didn't know what was going to happen.
I hit reload and it still crashed it.
Oh.
That's a new one.
Anyway, I'm taking Cody Rhodes to win it because it doesn't make any sense to give Cody Rhodes the United States champion after this man just took 2 years to finish one story. We're going to give him another title now right on top of that?
Let's finish another story,
Come on, man. Oh, well, he did throw that little nugget. Oh, well, I've never been Grand Slam champion. Cody, wait a damn second. You don't need all the titles, all right? Chill out.
You are selfish, buddy. You are selfish.
So there's no way Cody loses this match. I don't know what type of tomfoolery is going to happen in this match. There's no telling.
Tomfoolery. I like it.
but it's going to be wild. It's going to be entertaining. It'll be a fun match. But there's no way, no chance that Cody loses.
No chance.
Oh, no. That's a bad takeaway.
It'll get us canceled, too.
Vince and Harrison are hanging out somewhere tonight. Oh, no.
I had to bring that back for a second. Anyway, that's the card. Oh man. Okay, so you guys, what your final thoughts on this one before we'll jump over to AEW?
There's not. It's most Saudi shows. I mean, they're 11 a.m. or whatever. Can't watch it live anyway. Just not super excited about it. I do like the concept of King and Queen of the Ring if it meant a title shot, but I'm looking forward to Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes have been two of the most must-watch superstars in the past however many months. I'm looking forward to that match, and like I said, if we get Randy and Gunther too, like that's two solid matches that can kind of carry this card and make it it's a late May late May PLE, so you don't expect too much. But
I'm kind of disappointed in the storylines leading up to it. Honestly,
yeah.
There's
But
not a
here's the
whole
thing.
lot.
You don't have to have storylines for King of the Ring. When we
It's
were all
Saudi.
younger, King of the Ring meant 8 men went in. They fought the whole bracket in one day, and you didn't have to have storylines, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like what they used to do with the wild card or the tag team wild card, right? Like you just that's a TNA thing, right? I don't know, but the point is like go have the whole bracket the whole day, and you don't need a storyline one. Like you don't need a single storyline. Just go do it. So that's the disappointment when they announced they were having this again. I was excited because you remember Stone Cold winning his 3 matches in one day and how that propelled him to everything that he did going forward. And now it's almost like they're just kind of throwing it out in the wind and saying, okay, well you're going to get Gunther and Randy Orton, and we are who's going to win. Like Randy Orton didn't need that.
I like that if you do them in one paper. You don't know now. We sure know, but we kind of know who's going to win the matches. I do agree. Problem is now that you have a Queen of the Ring too. So how many matches are you going to have? Like that's like be like 6 on each side. So that's 12 matches if you did. You'd have to do something before you do the semifinals and the finals there in one card. I don't know. Then we go back to 4 or 5 hour cards that we all love.
Do fatal 4 ways to get there. I don't know. I just, to me, that's common sense, right?
Or you could have a WWE speed match, Jeremy. It could be 3 minutes.
Only on Twitter.
So
right. Or X, whatever it is now.
Yeah. I think that the main thing for me is it's a lot. There's some possibility of good matches, but the storylines coming in are a little lacking. And even the matches that aren't the King and Queen of the Ring.
It doesn't, but when this Saudi show, the only reason WWE goes over to Saudi is because they're getting paid for it. Like, you don't, I mean, these are throwaway PLEs anyway. Like,
that makes it perfect for this then. Do the whole King of the Ring there. To me, that's what makes it perfect.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That like the lack of, like, I know I talk about stories all the time too, but the lack of story going into, and I mean, we still got some story, but the lack of story going into this doesn't really bother me as much because it's a throwaway. It doesn't mean the pay-per-view is pointless. Like you shouldn't,
they don't pay for it, Kyle.
Well, that's Peacock. I mean, I still pay for Peacock, but
you don't even need Peacock anymore.
Well, that's true. Well, anyway, different subject, different subject for a different day. But what I'm saying is like, these matches are irrelevant. Like nothing is going to be too surprising other than maybe Liv beating Becky, like I predicted. But outside of that, like there's nothing major happening. I don't have a problem with there not being too much story. And there is, I think, like I said, I think Chad Gable and Otis, I think that story is going to progress. I think you may get some progression on the Bloodline story. Like something, we may see a next challenger for Cody emerge at the end of his match. Like, I think there's a lot of things that are going to be going into this, and it's only 5 matches, so everything's going to have time to breathe, which is, I love Triple H's pay-per-views. Unlike Tony Khan's, which we're about to talk about, we'll probably be on here till midnight talking about this one.
All right, that was the Queen and King of the Ring. Let's go over here to Double or Nothing. All right, so I'll be honest, guys. I caught up in the last couple of days. Not all the way, but I about caught up. Just some things I've seen, that the whole EVP thing, I think I kind of like it personally. I think you love to hate the Young Bucks right now. The whole thing with Tony Khan on air, thought that was a little weird, but I like what they're doing with it. They've got them a little group. It's something different. They are the EVPs technically, so they're using that. Now you have Kenny back. And they take him out, and he's making matches. I think it's interesting. I really like what they're doing with it. At right now, I mean, obviously, if you do it for 2 or 3 years, it could get old. But right now, I like it. I've been intrigued by the story there. I like what they're doing with Adam Copeland in the House of Black. He's kind of reverting to the rated R superstar, like a little darker character. a little bit. You've got Mercedes Moné coming in here. You've got, Tony Storm's character. Like, she throws in the towel, and Mariah May could have faced her for the title. Is that, did she do that so she wouldn't have to face her? I mean, you've got that going. Of course, you've got the Christian Cage Swerve storyline. Just saw on there where I guess the Young Bucks worked together with Christian Cage there, and I guess they paid off Mobile Embassy, and now Swerve's been kicked out, I guess, or he's on his own, which he doesn't need them. But I thought that was a cool story going. There's a lot of stories going, and a lot of good matches on this card. There's a lot of matches, but I'm excited to talk about this one. I don't know how much you guys have watched. I just have it fresh on my mind because I've been watching over the last couple of days, and I'm really excited about this card.
And there's one match they still I saw right before he got on. They may add, and they may announce it tonight. We'll see. Is a Death Triangle versus the Bang Bang Gang, because they I think it was last week.
Saw that one coming.
Yeah, they attacked Pac. So
yeah, I don't know if that one was, but yeah, I don't have that one on here.
yeah, it's not on there. It's not official. I just thought it's something that could be added.
Okay,
maybe tonight.
Well, I didn't realize that Bullet Club Gold had all the belts. They've unified the trios. I guess that's
they did that at the last pay-per-view.
They did?
Yeah, it was on the 0 hour.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't see it, because it was on the 0 hour. I never watched the 0 hour.
Yeah, they claimed they're just kind of there now.
Yeah. So they've got the Ring of Honor, the AEW, and what other trios? Do they have New Japan? Is that the other one they have?
I think so. Yeah.
No, I think they got the Acclaimed Scissors trios. They have the original trios, and then they have the ROH trios. So remember, they have the original AEW trios championships. Then when the Acclaimed got them, they made them the pink scissor ones. So they have those. So they're really the same title. They really only have two.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Bang Bang 9 belts.
And he's like, he's like walking out with his baseball bat with all his belts hanging off of it. It's kind of funny. I don't know. We can talk about that. I like that they're hot now. I only go Bang Bang Gang over. I really like what they've done. I mean, the guns. If obviously we talked about this before, it fits perfect with Bullet Club Gold. Of course, I like Jay White, what he's doing. So I think they're really hot right now as far as their characters and stuff go. Death Triangle, I think it'll be a really good match because I like to see them go. Of course, Pac can go in the ring, and so can was it Cerro Nero? I like those guys. They're really good in the ring. But I still think that Bang Bang Gang, maybe the baseball bat's involved or something shady involved. I'm going to go with them picking up the win.
If that match happens, I'd take the Bang Bang Gang too. But I like Ray Phoenix. Anytime he hadn't been around a lot, he's always hurt. But when he's around, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, it'd be a banger, KO. It would be. But man, I love Jay White and the Guns. Jay White and the Guns are so hot, and they're hot right now. Pause. I think that yeah. Sorry, I went there. Do not clip that. No, I just don't see anybody beating those guys. I think they'd win against whoever they were going against this weekend, honestly.
Penta El Cero Miedo. Cero Miedo.
There you go.
I love Death Triangle. I'm glad they're back. The problem is Ray Phoenix can't stay healthy. Pac can't stay healthy. And Penta's not a solo act. So that's their I'm glad to see them back together. You could see this coming from a mile away when the Bang Bang Gang walked by Pac and started talking all that trash to him. You're okay. Well, we haven't seen Penta in a while. We haven't seen Ray Phoenix in a while. Let's get the gang back together.
Call them Injury Triangle instead of Death Triangle.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But this is one of the matches that's kind of thrown together just to get them on the pay-per-view. I enjoy watching the Bullet Club and all them. I like all the Bullet Club and all that. I like seeing them wrestle. I like, seeing Death Triangle wrestle. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a banger. Absolutely. Just doesn't matter. Like it for what? You know what I mean? Just to get like, here's the biggest difference in WWE and AEW, quality over quantity. Like Tony Khan's going to throw a bunch of matches at the wall, which are going to be bangers. And that's awesome. That's great. But what's the reason? Why are we doing, what's the point of the match? And so like, where do we go from here with Death Triangle? If you get them back together just to lose, like, okay, cool. And then what does that do for the Bang Bang Gang? They beat a trio that just got back together. Like, I mean, it just, maybe I'm being too critical, but it's going to be an excellent match, but what happens after that? And that's what I don't understand with this match. But give me the Bang Bang Gang to win this one.
All right. FTW Championship. We have a three-way eliminator match. I guess it's going to be tonight between Hook, Shibata, and Brian Keith. There's nobody but Hook that can win this, right? I mean, that I would think it's got to be Jericho Hook. That's the story here. I don't know. Jericho, he does such a good job of reinventing himself. I'm not sure about this learning tree thing. I've watched it over the last few weeks, and I'm not feeling it. I don't know.
It's cringy a little bit.
I mean,
I'm the learning tree.
And then you got Big Bill next to him. I mean, he calls him the big red oak or something. I don't know. He's his tree. I don't know. There's shenanigans going on. Jericho's gonna win this. I think they're gonna keep putting him over right now. I just don't think Hook's. He just lost the title. Why are we going to flip it right back to him? I don't think so. I think he's going to keep this, and Jericho's going to continue on and growing his tree.
Yeah, I think like you said, it'll be Hook versus Jericho, and I think Jericho will win. We've had this story for a while now, and it's a story, but I don't have to be interested in it. So I mean, this may be my bathroom break match.
How far has Jericho fallen to where we're saying a Jericho match is a bathroom break match?
He might get some hockey pucks out. Did you see that match a few weeks back?
Yes, yes. I'm with you, Brandon. Like you said, just because it's a story doesn't mean I have to be interested. And I can appreciate Jericho trying to reinvent himself again. Like, he had gotten stale, and he's trying, and
he's still stale.
Well, I understand, but he's trying. You know, he's at least trying, and and he's giving it a dang good effort. Walking out there smiling, just delusional as heck, thinking, "Oh, everybody loves me. I'm just great. I'm the learning tree. Like, I'm great." Like, I get it. I get what he's trying to do. I agree. It's not good. It's not working, but dang it, he's trying. And so I got to applaud the effort. But yeah, I mean, the FTW Championship is not a recognized title by AEW, yet it's on pay-per-views and on TV all the time. But it's not a recognized title. Well, then why is it on TV? Like, what are we doing? You're okay.
Yeah, it doesn't make
What's
sense.
up? And so I don't understand what they're doing with it, but I guess Jericho will win because I do want to see what they do with Big Bill and Jericho going forward. I do want to see where they go with it. I'm just not sure. I don't see where they're going with it, but I'm curious. I'm at least intrigued to see where they go after this pay-per-view. But give me Jericho.
All right, Jeremy.
I think Jeremy's frozen.
He is. Jericho froze him. He's. I think we've lost Coach Hubbard there. I don't know what happened, but
he should have did this during the Timeless Tony Storm match. It would have fit.
I would see that. We could have. If I was frozen, we'll let him reconnect here and bring him back. But I think this is going to be. It'll be interesting to see. I think the most intriguing, if I use Kyle's word there, thing to me is what are they going to use in this match? It is going to be a hardcore match. So, he said he lost power. Oh, that's fun. So we've lost him. Maybe he can get back on his phone. Maybe if he's able to. But anyway, so I think I'm interested to see what he tries to bring out. Like the other night, I laughed when he brought the hockey pucks out. I thought that was funny. Just because they were in a hockey town, and he brings out the hockey pucks. They even had like the official NHL. I don't know if there was a real hockey puck, but he put an official hockey puck of the NHL on there. Like it had it on the hockey puck. They zoomed it in. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So I'm interested in that, really more of what they do in the match than the actual match. I think if it was a Hook Jericho regular match, I wouldn't give a flip about it, really. But at least it's something. At least they've got some like hardcore and part of the match that makes it a little interesting. All right, we'll hopefully he can get it on his phone maybe here in a minute, but we'll move on. We've got this match that's been building up, and I'm going to ask you guys: Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta. The whole Don Callis thing is weird to me. What do you guys think about that? Orange Cassidy's always been a face since he's been in AEW, and we know Don Callis is everyone's favorite person to hate. Well, maybe Dominic's more, but he's up there. Interesting. He's going on the Orange Cassidy side. I feel like that he may be swerving him, and he's going to pick up Trent. I mean, that would be more obvious. What do you guys think about this?
Well, that was what I was expecting when I first saw him come out that first time. I thought he was going to go to Trent, but then he's been with trying to recruit Orange, and I mean, I really like Orange, and he's had great runs, but now he doesn't have a title no more. The best friends is crumbling. It could be something new. Go on a little hill run and be part of the Don Callis family, and maybe get back in a title picture. But like I'm gonna like Orange Cassidy. I don't have to like Don Callis to like Orange Cassidy, because I liked Will Ospreay when he was in the Don Callis family. I can get behind Kyle Fletcher. I don't have to like the leader to like the. So if it's something to give Orange Cassidy something, because this Trent Beretta storyline can only, with something with Trent Beretta can only last so long anyway, because Trent Beretta is not a main player, and so this is a fun little turn, and this will be a fun match, one final match, but they got to do something with Orange Cassidy after this. What do you do with him? Put him with Don Callis and maybe shoot him back to the moon. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm going.
And I think Orange Cassidy wins this match.
Yeah, I didn't make my pick, but I have a Orange Cassidy written down as my winner here as well. What do you think, KO?
I'm with you, Brandon. I think that we would assume that because Orange Cassidy has been babyface this whole time, that there's going to be a swerve from Don Callis. Well, what if the swerve is Orange Cassidy? Like Orange Cassidy turns heel for the first time. I know there was a rumor when Cody was in AEW that Cody would not turn heel. Like they wanted him to turn heel, and he refused to go heel. Maybe that's a difference with Orange Cassidy. They get him to go heel, go with Don Callis, and like you said, I love Ospreay, Hobbs, Fletcher. They're all great. I can't stand Don Callis though. But
that's the point of him. You're not supposed to.
He's the heater, right? So, I think it's gonna be an intense match because Orange and Trent have the history. There's no benefit to Trent Beretta winning. Like there is nothing. Trent Beretta beats Orange Cassidy, then what? Nothing. But if Orange Cassidy beats Trent with the help of Callis, then he can go into the Callis family. Then you have that story. So logically, it only makes sense for Orange Cassidy to win the match.
Okay. All right. We've got the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match. Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita. I'm not a fan of these eliminator matches, guys.
They make no sense.
I like them on Dynamite or Collision, but not on
So
they're supposed to set up the pay-per-view match.
Why can't we just make this a match for the title here? I don't
Right.
understand.
Like, if you do it on one of the TV shows to get to the pay-per-view match, but don't have this match on the pay-per-view.
I mean, John Moxley is the champ. I mean, I feel like Tacheska's going to win.
But that's the thing, though. This is why eliminator matches are stupid. So I have to beat the champion to get a championship match, and then I have to beat him again to win the title. Well, then what's to stop anybody from just coming? Then what's the point of your rankings that you have?
Yeah.
If this,
or why not have a match with somebody else for number 1 contender?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why are you? Because then you're putting yourself in a position where you have to beat your champion, only to have the champion then win in the following week. Like, it just makes no sense.
We just talked about that in another show. You can't beat your champion twice.
No.
We just talked about that on the other card. Yeah.
And then when you're like you said, doing the eliminator match on the pay-per-view, if you're doing it on Dynamite or Collision, that's one thing. It's still stupid, but at least it's on television and not on a pay-per-view. But you're doing a match that means nothing.
Hey,
nothing.
Where are the rankings been anyway? Because I haven't seen them lately.
They say they matter, and then they say they don't. They matter when it's convenient. I don't
I mean,
if you have rankings, then you don't need eliminator matches or number 1 contender matches.
So there for a while, we had the rankings. They would, show them there at the beginning of AEW. That was their big thing, rankings, records, all that stuff.
Well, the guy that does the rankings broke his neck.
Oh, well, there's new rankings. The EVPs are doing the new rankings, I guess.
Yeah, they can't count though.
I'm gonna take Takeshita here. I think he's gonna win.
I'm gonna take Takeshita too, but we think eliminator match the challenger has to win, and Swerve he's been part of like 3 eliminator matches recently since he's had the championship, and he's won them all, and so that their person's never got another match against him, but and then they randomly throw Christian at him, which we'll talk about later, but I do think Takeshita wins this, and I guess we'll I don't know when the match will be. I don't know if it'll be on Dynamite or it's a New Japan, so a New Japan title technically. So will it be on the New Japan? Does the New Japan have a pay-per-view coming up next week, or
will it be about that, Brandon?
Or will it be on Forbidden Door maybe? So.
Why are we defending, or not even defending? Why are we having an eliminator match for a New Japan title on an AEW pay-per-view?
But yeah, maybe this is to set up a Forbidden Door match. So I don't know.
Then why are we doing it on a pay-per-view? Do it on a Dynamite.
I already told you I didn't like that, so I can't rationalize that for you, man.
That's why.
I didn't even think about it being in so many freaking titles.
You gotta. Hey, we all need titles. We make up our own title and just bring it on the show.
Yeah, I got my title, Dirt Sheet Brandon, Mr. Nedison, KO. That we all got titles.
Jeremy needs we need a title for Mr. Hubbard. I'm sure the professor could give him one.
I mean, this is so stupid. This we should have done this one first so we could have ended on a good note. I don't know, man. Give me Takeshita. I guess that makes the most sense, like y'all are saying, to beat Moxley now.
But it doesn't.
No. But I mean, it makes the most sense in the way that they're trying to spin this for him to win a title match, and then either at Forbidden Door at a New Japan pay-per-view, Moxley defends the title. But knowing Tony, he'll defend it on an AEW Dynamite in a random June or something. Because I mean, what are we doing here? Anyway, I'll take Takeshita.
The next one's interesting. We have the AEW TNT Championship. Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black in a barbed wire steel cage match. Holy shenanigans. That does not sound safe at all. Barbed wire steel cage? Have you ever seen one of those matches before?
Maybe an ECW.
That's a new one for me.
Either
barbed wire or steel cage, not combined.
I'm going with Malachi Black here. I think Malachi takes the title off Copeland here, and Copeland. This is what sends Copeland over on the. I think this is a kind of match that House of Black has the the numbers game on him. I think they get involved and do some shady things. I'm assuming there's no DQ if you've got barbed wire involved, right? I mean, if you're going to use that, there can't be a DQ. So I think it's there. I think it's kind of fits their style. Copeland, he's turning dark, and I think this kind of continues that turn for him.
Yeah, we knew this happened. The only reason they were doing that dumb trios match was to eventually set up this match. But after that trios match, I do like how they got here. I like how they've built this with Adam Copeland facing each member of the House of Black and kind of having that inner turmoil. You can see him kind of having that battle with himself each week. And I like how I actually like how they've built to this match. And I'm gonna agree with you. I think Malachi Black takes it. I have liked the Cope Open, the TNT Challenge Cope Opens. I have liked those. Getting to see Adam Copeland against people we didn't even know about or people we never thought he'd face. I've liked that aspect with him. Basically, every collision, him facing a bunch of random people. He had a good one with Kyle O'Reilly recently. He's had some really good Lee Moriarty, he's had some really good matches lately against matches we never thought we'd see. But I do think this comes to an end, and I think Malachi Black will be a singles champion.
Yeah, I think they've underutilized House of Black since they've came in. I mean, I think there's been so many opportunities for House of Black that have just gone by the wayside. And maybe this is the start of a correction for that. And I think Malachi is going to win the title over Copeland. But I'm with you. I think they've done a good job of telling this story. This is one that I'm actually interested in. I think a barbed wire, I want to keep saying barbecue steel cage. Don't know why. Maybe I'm hungry. But a barbed wire steel cage. But a barbed wire steel cage match, it seems chaotic and just the type of match that old school Edge would be involved in. So I think we're going to see rated R Adam Copeland in this match. And there's going to be some shenanigans with House of Black for sure. But I think Malachi walks away with it at the end. And I think that's the right decision. But my fear, because they haven't done anything with House of Black up to this point, what do you do in the follow-up? How do you keep Malachi Black and House of Black interesting? You got to keep them on television for one, and you got to keep them healthy. So we'll see. We don't know where Zelina Vega is, but we know where Malachi is. And where Malachi is, Zelina can't be too far away.
Okay. Next up is the Anarchy in the Arena match. Kyle's shaking his head already. The Elite versus Team AEW. This the NWO versus Team WCW. I don't know. It's kind of a throwback. The Team AEW thing. I'm looking forward to this match because the storylines they've been telling with the Young Bucks. I think it's, they've used their characters. They've, taken out Tony Khan. He's selling it on TV. He's wearing his neck brace on TV. I think he wore it in the draft. That was pretty funny. They're really selling this this hostile takeover. And they had Eddie Kingston in there. Well, he got taken out at a match. So now they've added Darby Allin to the team. So you've got Danielson, Cash, and Dax of FTR, and Darby Allin. I'm scared for Darby Allin every time he gets in the ring, especially in this kind of match. He's going to do something so stupidly crazy. I love it's entertaining, but for him, it's going to be crazy. I think, to me, this storyline is just getting started. So why would you beat the Elite here? I think the Elite win this match. Maybe they bring in somebody else that helps the odds, or they do some kind of shenanigan. But I think they keep the momentum going. That you've got to keep telling it, because you're going to bring in, obviously Kenny Omega at this point there. I'm not sure on how much he's been cleared. They really sold that he was like seriously injured. I know, or he had that diverticulitis, and it is very serious. But there's no way that was that serious, and he came on TV and got attacked, and then he's in the hospital. So I like the way they're kind of using it. They're kind of like on the lines of reality and in TV. So I like the way they're really using it. But I think they can't lose here. It's going to have to be Kenny Omega is going to have to make his return. He's the one that's going to have to help defeat them. So I'm going to go with the Elite to get the win here.
Man, I was thinking Team AEW would win, and I like what you said. I kind of agree with you, and I think it may be the Elite. Like you said, they got to keep this going for a little bit, and they'll find a way. Sometimes Anarchy in the Arena is the kind of final blow, but there's another match they use after Anarchy in the Arena that normally is the final blow. So maybe we get to that eventually. It's the one in the multiple cages, or I forgot what they call it.
Yeah, it's not this their War Games alternative.
Yeah, but so I think that'll be we'll get that eventually. So I do think the Elite will win this. And I mean, this match, I know Kyle was shaking his head. I don't know what he thinks about this match. We'll find out. But man, the match is gonna be fun. It's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be anarchy, like they say. It's gonna be chaos. Darby Allin's gonna be flying all over the place. The Bucks are gonna be doing things. Okada, Bryan Danielson. I mean, I don't know if I want to see Bryan Danielson getting this close to retirement in this kind of match, because he's another one I get worried about every time he does stuff. He's often injured, and his body can't take much more. It's weird seeing FTR in a match like this. They're just going to use a lot of weapons because they don't do too much crazy stuff. But this will be a very fun match. I'm interested to see like someone like Okada in this match, because I like Okada. I don't like him with the EVP Bucks, but I do like Okada, and I'm interested to see him in this match, because this is not what we think of him as, but he may have done things like this in New Japan, like I didn't watch. So, but I'm used to seeing him in just pure wrestling matches, so I'm interested to see him in this environment. And
don't forget about the scapegoat, Brandon.
Yeah, and Jack, and old Jungle Boy. So I'm looking forward to just watching this match. It just out of pure chaos and entertainment.
Yes, it will be a fantastic match. Darby Allin will do something so incredibly stupid that we will think he has killed himself, and he will be fine. But my problem with this is kind of what you just said. Both of y'all said it. This is the start of a feud. Why are we starting the feud with a blow-off match? Anarchy in the Arena is one of those matches that you have towards the end of a feud when you're blowing it off, and it's the final match. Say we're done with this, like blowing it off. So why are we doing it to start it? One, two. There are so many Anarchy in the Arena matches, or what's the other one? That's the exact Stadium Stampede. Anarchy Arena and Stadium Stampede, exact same match. One's in a stadium, one's in an arena. But there's so many of these that it loses its luster. Like it's like the blood thing in AEW. You see blood every match, you become desensitized to it. Like you see it all the time. Oh, okay, it's not that big of a deal. But if you see blood in WWE, like with Cody and Rock, you're like, oh wow, well this is serious. Like they don't ever show it. It has that effect on you. Anarchy in the Arena should be anarchy, and it should be something that we don't see often, but we see it every other pay-per-view, it seems like, with AEW, or a version of it, a Stadium Stampede or Anarchy in the Arena. Like, let's stop blowing out all these matches all the time and build up to it so it's more special when it happens. Yes, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. But imagine how much better it would be if we didn't see it all the time. That's all I'm saying. It'll be a great match, but we're oversaturated. Like the rain we've been getting, oversaturated with these Anarchy and Stadium Stampede matches. My question is, over or under 5 minutes that a theme song plays during this match? Because I remember one of the stadiums, Anarchy in the Arenas, where Moxley's Wild Thing played about 4 or 5 times. And then this past, what was it, Dynamite or whatever, Brian Danielson's music played for like 3 or 4 minutes. So over or under 5 minutes of somebody's theme song playing.
I'll go over, but is it going to be Danielson? Is it going to be Darby Allin? Or are we going to get just the EVP Bucks theme playing over and over?
That would be.
I don't know.
They're in control of the show, right? So they can play their theme song.
I don't know. Give me the Elite to win, because I'm with y'all. I think they're running the company right now. You can't knock them down already, or then what are we? Is a 1-match feud? So you got to have the Elite win.
All right. Next matchup on the list here: AEW World Championship. Whose house?
Wait,
Swerve's house.
Wait, is this not the main event?
I have. Well, I'm going up to the top. Main event. Well, this is the main event they have on top is the.
I see they have a triple main event. I just now saw that.
Yeah. So we've got several here.
There's a lot we got 4 matches left.
Yeah, they're all championship matches.
Okay, but it does say triple main event.
Yeah, we've got 2
Anarchy in the Arena. So
yeah, this is just I'm just going by the order of this one on the card. I don't know how they'll put them.
Okay.
The top one here is the Mercedes Moné debut.
Okay.
So, Swerve versus Christian Cage. Oh man, this one's got me thinking. Like, I feel like that Christian's. I don't want him to win. I think Swerve it's too early to take it off of him, to me. But man, the odds are really stacked against him. His own group is now turned against him. Christian's got his own little family going. Mama Wayne and company there. He needs an ally, and I don't know who it's going to be. Does Keith Lee come back and decide they're on good terms? I don't know. The odds are stacked against Swerve. I still think he comes out on top. I'm just not sure how yet. He's got to have somebody come help him, I think, because the odds are just stacked against him right now. It makes me question, can he win? I'm gonna go with Swerve, but I'm interested to see where they go with this.
Well, it's good that they got you questioning, because that at least adds a little intrigue, because I just think, hey, Swerve's gonna win this, and Christian definitely didn't have no eliminator match, or he hadn't even been around. He just all of a sudden he paid off the Bucks and got a match. So but so I do think Swerve's going to win. I'm worried because I know it's going to happen. Eventually, Nana's going to come back and turn on Swerve, and I think that's going to be a sad day. That they've just built something so cool together. I didn't like Nana at first, but ever since we've got Dancing Nana and Swerve Till I Drive and all that, but it's going to happen. I don't think it happens. I don't think Nana's close to coming back, so I don't think it happens this week. But eventually, he's going to come and turn on Swerve, but Swerve's going to find a way to win. I don't know how, but he's going to find a way to win. But obviously, there's going to be interference, so especially from Nick Wayne and maybe Brian Cage and them. So Swerve's going to win. It's not his time to lose the title. That's probably coming later in the year in one of the either All In or All Out, or I saw they moved All Out today too. That was interesting, but yeah, Swerve retains.
I think, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know where Swerve's help's gonna come from. Maybe there's a big Swerve, no pun intended. Hangman comes back and helps Swerve because he wants Swerve to have the title so he can beat Swerve when Swerve has the title. I don't know. I'm pulling something out of the air. I have no idea. But I don't see how the intrigue to me is not who wins this match. It's how they win. I don't have any doubt that Swerve wins it, but how do they get there? Like how, because like you said, there's so many odds stacked. There's so many odds stacked against him. So I don't know how he's going to win it, which that's the intriguing part. But I do think Swerve wins. There's no reason to take the title off of him. Not for Christian, not right now. So I don't see any way he loses, but I don't know how he's going to win. So that's intriguing. But give me Swerve. because it's his house.
Does
Whose
maybe
house?
maybe he just win by DQ and I mean
Maybe, yeah. But I wouldn't. That would suck. Like that
especially
would.
if it's the show. Yeah, you can't do that then.
Yeah. He's gonna win somehow. Maybe Joe comes out and helps. I don't
Maybe
know.
maybe a guy with a scarf.
Maybe a guy with a scarf comes back. Possibly. Yeah.
If that music hits, I'll pop.
Oh yeah, I'll lose my mind. I don't think he's ready though. He just had surgery. I don't think he's ready.
No.
All right. AEW Women's World Championship match, Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb. I mentioned this earlier. What do you guys think about there was a number one contenders match, Kyle? You know, you were just talking about the contender matches. You had Mariah May versus Serena Deeb. Toni Storm throws in the towel. I think that's gonna, you know, we've played into. My opinion is, I think that Mariah May is going to be the one to take it off Toni Storm. I think they really built that. And now she just got the towel thrown in on her, took away her chance. You know, she was going to tap, possibly, but we don't know. But I think, in saying that, I think Toni Storm wins here and continues her reign. But I just feel like, I know there's other stars out there, and we talked about Britt Baker and some others, but I think they put Mariah May over on this, and they just this feud is just, it's got already built in. They've been dropping little hints here and there, and this is another one. I mean, your buddy throws in the towel on you and takes away your title shot. I mean, that makes you mad, right? I mean, I don't know. She can say and try to act like I did it to save you or whatever, but you know, in all reality, maybe Toni Storm doesn't want to fight her. So she throws the towel in for her and an easy out. So I think there's a lot to tell there. I'm not sure how Serena Deeb got into this number one contenders match. She hasn't been back but for 5 seconds, as Kyle would say there. I know he'll probably agree with me. But so I think it'll be a fine match. Deeb's fine in the ring, but Toni Storm's going to win. And probably one of my most for sure matches of the evening.
Toni Storm's definitely gonna win. I did find it, like you said, interesting when she threw in the towel, and we know we're gonna get Mariah May and Toni Storm eventually. I don't know how soon they've been throwing because Mina Shirakawa, they've been throwing the little things with her and Mariah May. I mean, they got a long history, and they've been broadcasting on TV, and you can see Toni Storm get kind of irked by that at sometimes. And Serena Deeb, she's a tremendous technical wrestler. I mean, as far as women's wrestlers, she may be one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, but I just don't care about her. I don't. She's not a character. She had one good character.
The professor. That's her character. She's the professor.
Oh yeah. Her best character was when she was with CM Punk a long time ago in the Straight Edge Society. You know her and Doc Gallows and all that. You know that was
That was her.
Yeah, but she doesn't intrigue me at all. But she's a really good wrestler. But Toni Storm's character, that is just. Did y'all see the photo from Angelo Parker and Ruby Riot's wedding?
Well, she was black.
Yeah. She was black and white. It had all of them. It had all of them. It had Mariah May and Anna Jay and it had all of them in there. And Toni Storm was black and white.
Oh,
not smiling or anything. Just
it was great. She stays in character to the very end, and she's done a great job with this character, and she will keep the title here, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, pretty predictable match. I think, which makes me wonder, as predictable as it is there something going to happen at the end of this match? Do we get a return? Does Jamie Hayter return? Does Britt Baker return? Does somebody show back up that we haven't seen in a while to confront Toni? I think I get what y'all are saying about the story going there. I took the story of her throwing in the towel more of she was looking out for Mariah May as opposed to, but now that y'all say that, I'm seeing it now. Okay, yeah, she probably didn't want to face Mariah, but also because if she has to face Mariah's not in her corner to help her. So it kind of helping herself to, maybe she didn't want to face Mariah, but also she was thinking, if I have to face Serena Deeb, I want Mariah in my corner. I can't have her in my corner if I got to face her. So, there is a story to be told there. I think Mina Shirakawa is going to come into this storyline more and be involved in that. And then I think maybe her and Mariah team back up against Tony and whoever her next prodigy is. But yeah, this match is pretty simple to choose. There's no reason to give Serena Deeb the title. Like, she's been back for a cup of coffee. That's about it. Like, she hadn't done much. So I don't see any point in giving Serena the title. I think she's a great wrestler, but like y'all said, she's a great wrestler with no charisma. Like, I don't. And her little sob story that she did on Dynamite a couple weeks, like, no effect to me at all. Like, the way Tony Storm came out is how I felt about it. Like, that, I could not care less about it. So no reason to give Serena the title. Tony wins.
All right. Next match, AEW International Championship, Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay. Man, I'm looking forward to this match. We know Will Ospreay puts anybody in the ring with him is going to be an excellent match, but Roderick Strong can go too. So I'm excited about this match as far as the back and forth of these two. But man, never had an AEW championship until this match. I'm going with Will Ospreay on the title change to win over Roderick Strong.
Man, I'm looking forward to this match. Anytime Will Ospreay's in the ring, I'm excited about it. That's the one I'm looking forward to. And Roderick Strong, like you said, he can go. This is going to be fun. I can't pick it. I hate picking against Will Ospreay, but I don't think he wins the title here. He may. I don't know how
He's
they
hot
do this
right now, Brandon. He is.
I know,
hot.
but
He just beat Bryan Danielson.
But he's taking the title off Swerve at London, and like, I don't know how you can give him this title and still do that quick. I don't.
But if he gets beat by Roderick Strong, he's got to go back to the end of the line.
But
right?
I don't. Maybe he doesn't get beat.
Not
Maybe
necessarily.
yeah, maybe he doesn't get beat. Maybe we get some just Matt Taven and them interference, and it's maybe this is the DQ match. I don't know what to do here because I don't think he wins this title, but I don't also him losing, like you said, is not. But I want him to win. Like, it's tough. I'm gonna pick Roderick Strong. I guess just to be different, but I don't know. I'll be excited if Will Ospreay wins because, like I said, Will Ospreay is my top 2 favorite wrestler of mine right now, and he and probably not 2. He's probably number 1. So, but I'm gonna pick Roderick Strong just because I think there's bigger plans for Will Ospreay. So,
I'm with you. Will Ospreay's in my top 2, and he's not number 2. Yeah, Will Ospreay's awesome. I mean, he is phenomenal. I will stop everything I'm doing, put the phone down when Will Ospreay is in the ring.
He's got your number 1 attention.
Absolutely, he is. Yeah, love Will Ospreay. They have a rocket strapped to the back of Ospreay right now. I mean, he is flying up the ladder. There is no way that he loses this match on Sunday. There is no way that they give Will Ospreay a loss. It would be his first loss in AEW, right? He hadn't lost since he came in, right? Right?
I don't think he has. I don't remember him losing.
Okay. So his first loss is going to be to Roderick Strong. No disrespect to Roderick, but in my opinion, Ospreay and Roderick Strong, different levels. There's levels to this, different levels here. So what's up, Brandon?
go finish.
He wants to change his pick now, Kyle. That's what he's going to tell you.
Let's finish.
Oh, yeah, see?
But different levels. Ospreay has a rocket strapped to him. He's going to win this international championship. Now, I'm with you, Brandon. I think the bigger end goal is to get the AEW title on him.
Does he have to do it now? He's not in a hurry, right?
No rush. No rush. We got Ospreay for probably 3 years. No rush, right? So give him the international championship. Give him a run with it. I don't know how we get it off of him. I don't know how that happens. They don't pay me for that. That's what Tony Khan gets paid for. But I think you have booked yourself in. You booked this match, so now you have to pick a winner, and you don't beat Will Ospreay right now. I don't care who it is right in the corner against him at this moment. You don't beat Will Ospreay.
Title at All In.
Probably.
Yeah. Against somebody in a banger of a match, Kyle.
Bro.
5 stars.
I am going to change my pick, but I'm going to go with my loophole pick. Will Ospreay is going to win the match because that's how I wanted to go the whole time. I still don't think he wins the title, but I'm going to get credit even if he does win the title because I'm picking Will Ospreay to win. I still don't think he wins the title. I think he's going by DQ. But all I'm saying is I picked Will Ospreay to win. So if he wins, I get the win. I am picking Will Ospreay. I still don't think he gets, but he is 13-0 as singles as AEW.
Yeah.
He actually has lost 3 times, all in trios.
So would you give his first loss in AEW to Roderick Strong?
But that's what I said. I picked Will Ospreay to win.
Loophole.
So what you're telling me is, his little cronies are going to come out and interfere, and Ospreay's going to win by interference.
Well, don't forget, Ospreay's got cronies too. He's part of the Callis family.
Is he still?
That's a weird deal. He doesn't need.
Orange Cassidy comes and takes him out.
And we kick him out of the group.
Kick him out of the group, and then we set up Orange Cassidy against Roderick Strong.
No, he comes down and he tries to do it. Will Ospreay wins, and you set up Will Ospreay
and Cassidy.
Now that was a match. Sign me up for.
But I still think we have Cassidy take out Ospreay. Ospreay gets the win, but he cost him the belt, and they set that up. But it also can help Cassidy one day get his international title back.
Well, I like where you're going, but I'm gonna tweak it. I think Orange comes out and helps Ospreay win the title because he's with the Callis family. Remember, so Orange Cassidy as a sign of trust to the Callis family. Hey, I'll help your boy, and then takes out Ospreay, which sets up that match.
I'm excited about this match. Let's go.
Now I am too. I was already excited for Ospreay, but now I'm excited for the end of the match.
Lots of ways it could go.
And Tony could pull the major swerve on us and do none of this and just have Ospreay win it straight out and nothing happens.
I love it when there can be multiple endings to a match. It makes it more interesting. All right, so we're all going with Will Ospreay. All right. Final match on the card here. It's Mercedes Moné debut in AEW. Hello Nightingale, the TBS is Moné. There is no chance. I'm not going to play these again, guys. So don't worry about that. There is no chance that they put this much stock in Mercedes Moné and she comes out and loses her first match. There is no way. She is taking this title. She gave up the title to Will Nightingale, not this title, but another title. I can't remember which one they were fighting for. Was it New Japan?
New Japan Women's Strawweight or something like that.
Something. And it was a change in the middle of the match when Moné got hurt that gave it to Nightingale. Nightingale got her run. This is the kind of the tip back to her. She's going to take the AEW TBS championship and I think elevate it to almost equal to the Women's World Championship and put on great matches. I love seeing her in the ring. I'm excited to see Sasha Banks, a.k.a. Mercedes Moné, back in the ring because not only she got great character work, she's just great in the ring. Some people forget that. Her character work is so good, they forget how – I mean, I miss the days when the Four Horsemen were working at NXT. They were putting on some crazy good matches with Bayley and Sasha and Charlotte and Becky, that whole group. And so I'm excited to see her back in the ring. But, man, there's no way. I'm going with Moné.
Mercedes Moné wins this. I saw something funny the other day. It said She went from main event in WrestleMania to fighting for a network title that shows Young Sheldon reruns. And but Mercedes Moné is going to win this. I mean, we saw this coming when they put the belt on Willow and took it off of Julia. Like we knew this was coming. Yeah, Mercedes Moné is getting this title, and she'll have it for a while until she eventually gets rid of it and goes and takes the world title from either Toni Storm or Mariah May or Britt Baker, whoever has it at that time. Mercedes Moné and Britt Baker one day. I do want to see that. That will be that'll be a banger whenever that happens, 2 years from now or whenever. But and we know how I feel about Willow. I'm not, but yeah, I'm a big Mercedes Moné fan, and she's going to win this one.
Let me preface this by saying I love Mercedes Moné, and I was a huge fan of Sasha Banks in WWE. Let me just preface it with that. This version of Mercedes Moné in AEW, I have zero interest in right now. And the only reason, let me explain. The only reason I say that, she has done absolutely nothing. She has been back for 2 months, 3 months, however long she's been back, and she's done jack squat. She has done nothing. But hear me out. She's been on the microphone. That's the worst part of her game. She's not great on the microphone. She's not a great promo. Now, this past Wednesday was her best, I think, in-ring promo that she's done in AEW, and she actually took a bump. But outside of that, she's been on commentary, backstage segments, coming out to the entrance ramp to talk. Don't like how the music chants CEO. Let the crowd chant that. Like, we don't need the CEO chant in it. Her presentation and how she's coming to AEW is not the Mercedes I was expecting. I was expecting her to come in fighting in the ring and getting over to this AEW crowd in the ring. It feels like Tony Khan and everybody is just, because Mercedes is who she is, everybody should already know who she is. Not everybody that watches AEW watched WWE. So they don't know who Sasha Banks was or who Mercedes. All Mercedes Moné is in AEW is the Sasha Banks ripoff from WWE. Sasha in WWE was the boss. It's boss time. Now she's CEO. Like, it's the same gimmick. So, but it's not hitting the same in AEW as it was in WWE. And I think that's because
the music isn't, to me, a lot made her entrance than WWE. Like,
yeah.
When she added the Snoop version of it, I really like that. I've got a question for you, Kyle. How long do you think she stayed? Do you think it's one contract? She's back to WWE because Triple H is back in charge. I do.
I think she was going back to WWE, but money was the issue. I think Tony Khan could pay her more, and she took the paycheck. Not gonna hate on her for that at all, but she's not an AEW lifer. She will be back in WWE. But I'm excited for this match because I want to see Mercedes Moné finally. I want to finally see her in AEW. We haven't seen her.
And there's lots of matches she can do too, like with new people.
But what brings up another issue I have with this match, why is she getting a title shot? She has done nothing. She has literally done nothing in
CEO,
AEW.
Right? She's the CEO. She in charge.
And you can't tell me it's because of what happened in New Japan. That can't carry over to here for her first time. Like that.
So what about this, Kyle? What if she was part of the elite and she's the CEO? That fits, right? Maybe she's part of the elite in the, then maybe that's
part of her contract.
Yeah, she's the CEO. She's
tell that story then.
I'm saying, like, maybe they're going to tell us that. I'm hoping something. I do agree. I don't like that they just threw her in, but I mean,
and then you're going to throw her in there to give her a title that she has not earned. That at least Willow has been there from the start and has helped you build up this company. Where Mercedes, and I could see if I'm a female in that locker room, I would feel some type of way that you just signed somebody and they've done nothing. They've taken 2 bumps in the ring, and they're going to get a title. They are winning a championship in their first match. Like that just I don't like it. I don't like how she's come in. I don't like how it's been presented. It's just rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm not even in the locker room. But she will win on Sunday, and I hate it for Willow because I like Willow, and I think she's growing and coming into her own, and she can go in the ring. So I hate it for Willow that she's going to be kind of a casualty of Mercedes Moné. But like I said, I'm a Moné fan. I will give it a chance. I just want to see her do something other than just talk on a microphone. Coming from a guy that used to just talk on a microphone for a living.
You still kind of do.
Well, yeah, kind of.
That's what we're doing right now. I mean, we're all microphones.
It's true. It's true.
This is more for fun though. But I you got a lot of good points. I guess I'm more just excited to see what she does in the ring. I don't like that her match is but I think they've put her up on such a pedestal. They've almost, I mean, who are you going to put her against? At least, I mean, at this point, you know, they don't. It's not Britt Baker. It's not, you know. I mean, Paige would be a big name that could, you know, somebody big, but you know, she's got a title. At least it's a title match. I guess it makes the match bigger. I mean, I guess you could squash match her to death, but I think honestly, I think it's just she has been cleared recently, so that's why they weren't able to put her.
But if she wasn't cleared, then don't bring her back. Don't debut her if she's not cleared. Like, why rush her back?
They want to make some Monet off of her merchandise.
I guess.
I mean, you start selling T-shirts if she's not back on TV. I mean, that's kind of like what CM Punk's doing right now. Obviously, CM Punk's a different. He was actually in a match first, though. He was in the Rumble. True, but he's been off. You know, he's been injured, but he's been on TV a lot. So
right, but he had already started his.
And the injury is part of the storyline.
Right, like Mercedes' injury has been told from New Japan, but that's not the injury you're telling because she never said why she wasn't cleared. You know what I mean? Like, and at first she didn't say she wasn't cleared because if I remember correctly, her first night back, she got physical with Willow. And so if she got physical with Willow her first night back, but she wasn't cleared, she should have never been in the ring. Because you can't even go to the ring if you're not cleared, right?
With Julia Hart a couple times too.
So would you? Right. So you'd rather have seen her come on air and squash 2 or 3 people leading up to this?
No, I'm saying if she wasn't, if what you're telling me is she wasn't cleared, then don't even debut her. I don't even want to see her. Debut her at Double or Nothing. That's cool. But if she's not cleared, why even bring her back? That's my point. Like I don't want her back to squash a bunch of people either. But I think if you're going to bring her back,
so her first match is huge. Like they're making it a big deal, I guess.
I get it. I don't agree with it. I get what they're doing. I just don't agree with it. But this is why I'm not the only fan that they're trying to, oblige to.
Yeah. Well, and we'll see what they do with the presentation. It's hard to top the presentation that she had in WWE. I mean, it's one of those things like you have that, like you can't all be like Edge, where Edge owned his music and was able to bring that over.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, those kind of things where we've talked about it several times. The music is big. Like if you have that music and then you can't bring it with you, now you've got to start over and you've got to come up with something. Sometimes you can't top that. And that's a lot of the characters, they rely on the music. We've talked about it. You know, Seth Rollins has got his chance, Cody Rhodes' his entrance. Like all these guys that have this entrance, that's like a big deal of their character and what puts them over.
Well, when you look at what Vince did to Karrion Kross, when Karrion Kross was on NXT, his entrance on NXT was fire. Like him, Scarlett, the black and white, the smoke. As soon as the music dropped, they changed it from black and white. Like it was phenomenal. And then when he got to WWE, when he got to Raw, they took away Scarlett and then put him in some Ninja Turtle outfit. and like just change his whole presentation. And so it's like, why are you changing something that was not even broken? But that's like you said with Cody coming from AEW over to WWE, they changed nothing about him. He is exactly who he was in AEW in WWE. Same thing with CM Punk. When CM Punk came back, he was the exact same person he was in AEW in WWE. Like, they didn't change anything. So don't mess. Now, granted, you probably can't get Sasha Banks' theme over in AEW. I'm sure it's copyrighted, trademarked, whatever. But you got music creators there that can make a similar beat. I mean, it's not complicated. You know what I mean? Like, they did it with Jade.
Snoop, isn't it related to Snoop? Snoop could have made her a new theme, right?
Exactly. And Jade's entrance in AEW had that guitar and the storm is coming thing. They did a similar intro for her in WWE. It's not the same, but it's similar because that's what people know as. So I think they have fumbled Mercedes out of the box, but she can make up for it on Sunday when she goes out there and has a banger match, which I'm sure she will.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about this weekend. It's gonna be some good, exciting matches. Where are you guys gonna be this week? I know, I'm in the off season. I'm enjoying my off season time. Brandon, where are you going? You said you're going back to watch some Canton softball, I think.
I'm going to Royce City tomorrow, and then I'm going to my alma mater on Saturday for Bullard softball. So
okay, all right. Well, Kyle's seen that Canton girls softball team. They look pretty good.
They're
we saw them against your Eagles.
They're really good. And I talked to Coach Mo. I don't know how to say his real name. Moravik, the assistant coach. Coach Mo, though, he used to be at Reigns, and I asked him at Torchy's after game 2 last week. I said, do you see similarities between this team and the Reigns team? He's like, oh yeah. He said, we have bats from 1 through 9. Like, there's not a weak spot in the lineup. Same thing with Reigns in 2021 when they won it. Like, there wasn't a weak spot. They have good pitching. They have good hitting. They play solid defense. They're coached well. They run the bases well. I wouldn't be surprised to see Canton and Austin next week. I think I'm very impressed with them.
They're one game
Coach
away.
Smith's done a good job. Yeah.
So, and you're going to be over at Mike Carter. Who you got?
Yeah, Mike Carter Field. There is no chance that I will be biased in this one because I have zero tie to either one of these teams. It's the Liberty Ilo Leopards and the Fort Worth Benbrook Bobcats. Never called either one of these games, but I'm looking forward to it. I did a little bit of research. Benbrook looks like they have some really good pitching. They've been shutting out a lot of people or not giving up very many runs. And Liberty Ilo's kind of been scratching and clawing their way through the playoffs. So I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a really good matchup between two really good teams at a beautiful facility right in downtown Tyler, Texas.
Downtown Tyler.
Liberty Ilo, they've been top 10 team all year, and they go to state or regionals often. Their coach was on their state championship winning team back in the day. He's a really good player himself, so they're solid. That's gonna be a fun series. Does it start tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. Yep, tomorrow at 7:00 is game 1. And I saw on Texarkana Game Days page they did like a all access with Coach Fowler for their by districts game. Like, had him mic'd up and doing all this, and it just listening to him throughout I became a fan of it. So maybe I will be a little biased. Sorry, Benbrook. Maybe I will be a little biased. No, but I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a really good series. But
you got on that same bracket, Kyle, you've got Pleasant Grove and Salina. So some real. I mean that bracket's stacked. Yeah.
That region is absolutely stacked. And you're talking about this weekend. We got wrestling, obviously, on Saturday and Sunday. We got softball super regionals beginning on Friday. We got Thursday, actually. Yeah. And then you got baseball regionals beginning this weekend.
No.
You got no tournament. I'm sorry, it's tournament time. But then you got the JUCO D1 College World Series begins this weekend. Like, there's the UT Tyler will be in the D2 softball World Series. There's so many sports going on this weekend.
Bret's got the Mavericks and Stars.
Yes.
I'm watching the Mavericks right now.
Mavs and Stars. I'm excited. First time in DFW history that both the Mavericks and Stars reached the conference finals in the same year.
Well, the Rangers did their job. The Mavs and the Stars have done their jobs.
And the Cowboys are the Cowboys.
The Cowboys are still the Cowboys.
Man. Hey, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 championships. It's okay.
Well, so my team's got 6, so I don't want to hear it.
My team's got 1 in the last decade. When's the last time the Cowboys even made a conference championship?
Oh, come on, guys! You're gonna do that to me.
Anyway,
that's all right.
Anyway.
That's all right. Well,
I
anyway,
wasn't even born yet.
That's all right.
I was born in '92, Brandon. All right,
That's close.
We're gonna end on a good note. We're gonna listen to some jams by our man Will Ospreay that we're expecting a great match out of. That's gonna do it for this episode of Off the Ropes. You can follow us on Twitter, right at the Disrespect Sports Network, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. A lot of wrestling this weekend. We'll be back hopefully next week to review the 2 shows, the King and Queen of the Ring and AEW's Double or Nothing. Your host, Mr. Nettis and Bret Sweeney, for Dirt Cheap Brandon and KO Kyle Owens, and our long lost friend Jereme Hubbard, who left us earlier. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you next time on Off the Ropes. Good night, everybody.